Hey, Timberline Windsor. Hope you're having a great week. This week, when we talked about forgiveness happened, we essentially talked about a couple of different things. One is where the mission and the purpose of Jesus tries to get kind of hijacked. Okay, at the end of John chapter 6, verse 15 that we talked about, it says, "Perceiving then that they were about to come and take him, Jesus, by force and make him king." That shows us that they were ready. They had an idea in their mind who Jesus was and what he was about. So that leads us to the first question I'd love for you to talk about as a group. Let me read this real quick. It's how or when have you seen Jesus' purpose become misunderstood or hijacked? Now, I thought about this. Before you engage in this as a group, I thought about this and I thought, man, that can be a really loaded, maybe even dangerous topic question for our groups to talk about. But listen, I know that our groups are safe spaces and we can engage in conversations like that with grace. So I just wanted to kind of have that as a qualifier that this doesn't become licensed to get overly angry or unintentionally or intentionally allow the conversation get out of hand. But how or when have you seen Jesus' purpose become misunderstood or hijacked? And I know in our groups it's okay and good to be real and still be with grace. So go ahead and talk about that question first. Second question is, why is the ability to forgive others constantly rooted first in the forgiveness that we've received? Why is the ability to forgive others constantly biblically rooted and connected to the forgiveness that we have received? In Colossians chapter 2, verses 12 through 13, "Put on then as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other. As the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive." So there it is. It's rooted that our ability to extend forgiveness to others is biblically rooted in the forgiveness that we've first received. Why is that? Go ahead and talk about that. And then third and final question is, why is this so hard? Why is extending forgiveness so hard? And I want you guys to be able to be real as you talk about that. Maybe share struggles that you've had. I know that even as I'm preaching this, there are challenges and struggles that I'm having in asking God and in my prayers, what does forgiveness look like in this situation or with these complexities? And you know what? That's a good thing for you to be able to talk about with other people. And so you don't need to have answers to those questions, but you should, as those questions come up, say, hey, can we pray for you about that? So why is it so hard to extend forgiveness to others? I'd love it for you to talk about that. And then instead of trying to answer one another, just pray for one another. Love you guys.